Meet the trolls.
Yeah, really. Just hear me out.
Unbelievable, guys. Really, really great. Good job.
I think everyone deserves to be happy.
I don't do happy.
Austin, why are you talking about this movie that was made for babies who just fell out of their mom's arms?
Let me explain. Trolls 2016 is a film, right?
Yep.
And animation is a legitimate artistic medium, right?
Yep.
And any type of film, regardless of how it's made or what demographic it's targeted to, can and should be criticized, right?
That makes sense to me.
So I'll talk about it. Plus, I do want to get to its sequel, Trolls World Tour, later on for interesting topical reasons, so let's just start here for now. Yes, just because something is made for younger audiences doesn't mean it can't be criticized or talked about in the same way as other movies. Of course, one can take things too far, but that doesn't change the fact that in order to demand better movies in general, we have to make and analyze the films that are in the present. The films that are viewed by children in their childhood can really affect how they turn out as adults. That's something that has always been clear, but that's also something really communicated within my generation, especially. Thanks, 21st Century Society! Anywho, do you remember when the teaser for this film came out? And do you remember how hated, reviled, and ridiculed it was?
Meet the gremlin. You're gonna come, money.
Well, it turns out the movie is only like half of that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's plenty things to be said about how family animated films are marketed versus how they actually are. Dreamworks is one of these examples, but not the only one for sure. But it turns out that Trolls isn't a bad film by any means. In fact, I'll go ahead and say it's one of the better examples of films meant for young children just barely old enough to go to the movie theater. Remember that? That wasn't really all that bad.
Where were you when Captain America first wielded Mjolnir in the battle to protect the universe from Thanos?
The film's story is a fine example of a children's fairy tale. Characters change, something is learned, and it doesn't terribly rely on the logic of the real world to say something poignant and meaningful. Which is fine. Plus, any real-world references that sometimes plague movies like these are mostly absent. Ever seen Shark Tale?
God, I remember Shark Tale.
Most of the characters are likable. The heroes have decent motivations for doing what they are doing and being what they are being. The villains aren't super developed, but their motivations are fine for a story like this. For most of the male characters though, I could tell that it was the celebrity that was voicing them rather than the character themselves. It's not like something like Shrek where that aspect is handled better and I'm actually engrossed with the characters.
I'm an ogre! Arr!
So much for Dad's royal blessing.
Oh, that was right. Shrek was voiced by Mike Myers. The highlight of the film for me wasn't the collection of covers of popular songs played in the movie. They were alright, but you know what I really like? It was the world design. I love the colorfulness and plushiness of the world of Trolls. It's varied, creative, and feels like it was handmade. Very arts and crafts, which is appropriate. I have no major complaints with this film. It's really a film that skews to the youngest of moviegoers, but I think it's fine for that age group. There are kids' films out there that are downright despicable, but I don't see that here, at least not fully. Trolls 2016 is a perfectly serviceable and decent reintroduction for the famous toy for the 21st century. Now let's get to Trolls 2, the movie that caused the butterfly effect destruction of the modern movie theater. Maybe.